Hello, I'm Dr. Sarah Speck, and I'd like to welcome you to our first series of healthy cooking videos sponsored by Swedish Heart and Vascular Institute and the John Locke Jr. Trust. I'll be joined by one of Seattle's top chefs working in a kitchen just like one that you would have in your home.
I got started just working at a catering company in Lower Queen Anne. You know, I didn't really know what I was going to do. I was about 20 years old, and as most 20-year-olds are, they're not very focused, and I was no exception. But I found a job I like to do, and I've just been doing it ever since. I grew up on Capitol Hill. A lot of friends in the community, a lot of supporters. You know, a lot of people helped me get my first restaurant open, and it's been kind of just a little bit snowballing since then. My philosophy about food is very simple. It's use fresh ingredients, use local stuff whenever you can, have fun doing it, keep things simple, keep things straightforward, make things approachable, and eating local and eating organic. I think those are the things that we can do, and we're doing now as chefs to you know, to make everybody more healthy. You know, it's the processed foods and the preservatives that are, to me, the real problem. So the first thing we have here is we've got our chicken. This is a chicken that we've already cut up. It's a free-range chicken. They have 2 breasts and 2 thighs and drumsticks. So the hindquarters, they call it. And then basically all we're going to do is, at this point, is we're going to season these with a little salt and pepper. We're going to brown them off on our pan, and then we're going to braise them in the soup. You know, and if you're doing this and your pan's not big enough, you can certainly work in batches. No problem with that at all. This pan's a good size. You know, just make sure your pan is going to be large enough to work. You know, large enough to hold the entire batch of soup when we're all done with it. So we're going to cook this on the skin side for probably about 4 or 5 minutes until the skin's all golden brown. Okay. And then we're going to take it over, do the same thing on the other side. And then after that, we're going to remove it and actually cool it down in the refrigerator so we can cut it up and cut it off the bone later so we can add it back into our soup. Okay, so now we're going to take all the chicken out of the pan. What we're going to do is we're just going to let this cool down until we can handle it and cut it up for our soup.
Great.
Keep it right there for right now. Now, with this, what we're going to do is, seems like there's a little bit of fat in there. We'll drain it all out. Okay. But we're going to leave all these little bits in here, all these pieces of chicken that's in the pan. That's all the good stuff. It's a lot of flavor in there. We'll add a little bit of olive oil first. And slice our garlic.
And I noticed you're slicing instead of mincing.
Slicing, yeah. I like all the flavor of the garlic to end up in my food and not on my cutting board. Okay, so now our garlic has been sauteed quite a bit. It's getting nice and soft. We're going to add all this kale, which you've actually already all torn up. You can tear it up a little more and you put it in.
Beautiful color.
Yeah. There we go. It's all in there. Now we are just going to be stirring this around just to get it a little bit wilted. Mm-hmm. You know, the key to this part of the cooking process is you want to make sure that you're not burning your garlic at the same time you're wilting this. You know, the garlic gets a little bit of color on it, a little brown. That's great, but you certainly don't want it to be turn black and bitter. Just a little water we're using here. Because all the flavor is going to come from that kale, the garlic, and those bits of chicken that are on the bottom of the pan. We've got our kale cooking nicely. We've taken our chicken and cut it all up into pieces. And we're going to add this to the soup so it can finish cooking in the soup broth. As you can see, it's not cooked all the way through now, but we did cut it up into nice bite-sized pieces. And this is gonna probably take another 20 minutes or so to cook this. Then we're gonna finish up the soup with our vegetables and barley at that point. Now, we've let our soup simmer for a little while now, and our chicken is just getting cooked through. So what we're gonna do at this point, we're gonna add our English peas. We're gonna add our barley now. This has just been cooked off as well in advance. I would just cook it according to the package directions and just cool it down a little bit before you go on to this point. We've got rosemary here.
So you've got some fresh rosemary.
Fresh
chop
rosemary.
up.
Yep.
And again, I have to admit, I might find myself without fresh rosemary.
Well, you know, all grocery stores sell it now. I mean, you know, I encourage everybody to use fresh herbs as much as possible. But if you have dried stuff, you know, it is your soup. You can do what you like.
Okay. And you've got some chives.
Yep.
Could I substitute some finely chopped onion if I didn't have chives?
Sure, like scallions or green onions
Okay,
would be just fine.
great.
We're gonna add our chives to this. Maybe not all of them. Maybe not all of them. That seems like a good amount right there. Okay, now our soup's done. It's ready to plate it up and enjoy it.
Terrific. What else might you serve with it?
With this, you know, it depends on what I was doing with it. If I was serving this as an appetizer, maybe I'd have a little salad on the side, or a little piece of toast, or maybe little croutons on top. If I was having it as a main course, I'd probably just have the bowl of soup and then maybe either a salad afterwards or a piece of cheese.
So really simple.
Really simple, yeah. I'm gonna drizzle a little bit of nice, good young olive oil on top.
Great.
And then now it looks like it's all ready for us to enjoy.
Well, bon appetit.
Bon appetit.
Amazing. The chicken is so tender.
Thank you.
The peas, the kale, and all of them just adding water.
Just adding water, it's very simple.
That's great.